Hello and welcome. Tonight we bring you a special report from Mexico. This week, the country has been shaken by the death of one of its most wanted drug lords, Namio Ruben Oguera Cantu, known as El Meno. He was killed on Sunday during a law enforcement operation to apprehend him, and his death has unleashed a wave of violence across the nation. Standoffs erupted between rival drug gangs and the Mexican army. Businesses were set on fire and roads blocked with barricades, while the government faces mounting pressure from Donald Trump to take stronger action against the cartels. Internal battles within these criminal organizations are escalating as each faction vies for power and control. Our reporters, Quentin Somerville and camera journalist Darren Conway, bring you this top story from the state of Sinaloa, focusing on the city of Culiacan, a city dominated by drug wars. Viewer discretion is advised. Some of the scenes include graphic images of stabbing and shooting victims. In a city under siege, even paramedics are forced to wear bulletproof vests. Julio and Hector receive an urgent call reporting a shooting in downtown Culiacan. We have 2 injured persons requiring immediate assistance, the dispatcher announces. With urgency, they race to the scene to provide aid. Thousands of federal troops patrol Sinaloa, yet the daily wave of deadly violence continues unabated. This city is at the heart of a brutal civil war within one of the world's most powerful drug cartels. Julio and Hector arrive in time to provide critical medical care. The first victim, a bystander caught in a shootout between Sinaloa factions, has been shot in the chest. They act swiftly, aware that the gunman could return at any moment. Another victim lies critically injured. Julio calls to him, but there's no response. Mexico insists it is combating the cartels, but here in Culiacan, the suffering is relentless. Today, however, luck is on their side. Both victims survive. Outside, the military maintains a protective cordon. Even hospitals are not immune to cartel reprisals, and special procedures are in place to protect gunshot victims from further attacks. Culiacan desperately needs its heroes, yet for now, the city remains under the control of men who operate in the shadows. These are ruthless criminals battling each other for an illegal drug empire worth billions. A power struggle erupted after the son of one cartel leader betrayed another, sparking a war without mercy. Many of the perpetrators we spoke to insisted on disguising their voices. The ongoing conflict has created a bloodbath, with women and children among the victims. "Do you feel guilty about the innocent lives lost?" we asked. "Yes," one admitted. "Many times children die. There is death everywhere, and more will continue as the cartel war rages on. Nothing will end until only one faction remains." Life after dark in Culiacan is perilous. Every day brings new horrors. A 16-year-old boy was shot multiple times, the second member of his family to die violently. Cartel factions maintain surveillance over neighborhoods, using young men as lookouts. Residents are too frightened to answer questions. 2 battles are ongoing in Mexico: the government's war against the cartels and the internal civil war within the criminal organizations. Both are brutal and unforgiving. Police remove the body of the teenager from a tarp, a stark reminder that here no one is safe. Sinaloa has become one of the most dangerous regions in the country, with Culiacan at the epicenter. Government firepower cannot halt these tit-for-tat killings. Each murder sends a clear message to rival factions. Less than 12 hours have passed since the last killing, yet another victim lies dead, tortured, flayed, and left with a warning. Letter from one faction to another. Medieval-style executions have become a grim reality of modern Mexico. The letters accuse victims of betrayal and carry threats. "We are coming for the rest of you." The root of this misery lies in fentanyl production. This deadly drug, destined for the United States, fuels the violence that has claimed thousands of lives in Mexico and abroad. When questioned, cartel members show no shame. "As long as people consume, we will continue," one said. "It doesn't make us terrorists. We're providing what people want. No one forces them to take it." The United States has warned of intervention if Mexico fails to act, but production continues. Cartels only pause when authorities get too close before resuming operations elsewhere. Terror is relentless in Culiacan. Morning often brings the discovery of dismembered bodies placed in trash bags on city streets. These killings are part of a continuous cycle of cartel retaliation. Commuters, young and old, have learned not to linger at crime scenes. Fear permeates the city. The human toll is staggering. Families search for loved ones who have vanished without a trace. Ronaldo's son disappeared 5 years ago, and she continues her search alongside countless other mothers. She has recovered dozens of bodies over the years, becoming skilled at the grim work of unearthing the disappeared. "I wake up each day asking God why I am here," she says. "I search because no one else will." A mother never stops searching for her child, no matter the distance. Julio and Hector continue their work, responding to calls for shootings, donning body armor for each mission. While the Sinaloa cartel faces decline, other criminal groups are ready to take its place. Often there is nothing left to do when they arrive. The victims have already perished. The Mexican government is making progress, but in Culiacan there is no victory in sight. The drug trade persists, and the bodies keep piling up. The violence has extended beyond gang members and law enforcement. Ordinary citizens now live in constant fear of being caught in the crossfire. Schools close early, shops lock their doors at sunset, and residents are forced to take precautions every time they step outside. Street cameras and surveillance systems do little to deter the criminals, who adapt quickly to law enforcement tactics. Neighborhoods once considered safe are now battlegrounds, with families barricading their homes to protect themselves. Even amidst the chaos, the illegal drug trade remains a highly profitable enterprise. Cartels recruit new members daily, offering wealth and power to young men desperate for a way out of poverty. Recruitment is relentless, feeding the cycle of violence. Families torn apart by death are replaced by those driven into the cartel's grip, ensuring that the war continues unabated. Healthcare workers and first responders risk their lives with each call. Ambulances are routinely targeted, and medics must navigate streets filled with armed men, roadblocks, and burned-out vehicles. Hospitals implement strict protocols to safeguard patients and staff, but even these measures cannot fully protect them from cartel retaliation. Every gunshot victim tells a story of terror, survival, or death, a grim reflection of the city's struggle against lawlessness. Culiacan is more than a city in crisis. It is a portrait of Mexico's ongoing battle with organized crime. Here, the ordinary people endure daily suffering, caught between the government's incomplete control and the merciless pursuits of criminal factions. The cycle of murder, revenge, and drug trafficking continues, and until a decisive resolution occurs, peace will remain a distant dream. Quentin Somerville, Culiacan.